Peace, y'all. How you doing? How you feeling? All right. So far, so good. I've been, just giving you a little insight. Remember, the world is based on money. Resources, money. It's not about pro-black. It's not about KKK. It's not about none of that. If you mess with the money, they gonna take you out of here. Okay? If you had a job, you messing with them, you messing with how things is working, they'll fire you. Things had to be transcended. Understand that. Things had to be transcended. People had to know the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, all that was the Wild Wild West. Everything had to be transcended to catch up. What you put in at that point in time into the future, it will manifest. Sacrifice, life, all this had to happen to transcend to where we are now. With all these different cultures and all these different religions, all these different faiths here in United States of America. 52 states with all these different nationalities. You see in Olympics what you see. All these different countries, right? All these different countries around the world. Transcended. And then in America, here we're American, in the Olympics, you got all these different kind of people. They descendant coming from different parts of the world who now live in America and represent America in the Olympics. You think it's just whites and blacks? No. No, it's not. America is one group of people that just formed here. In the beginning, it was the indigenous people that was in this mass, beautiful land with buffaloes and dealing with all kinds of animals. A lot of them are not, has been knocked off, killed off. And now you got giant buildings and skyscrapers and so on. So it wasn't such thing, no church. There wasn't church. Let's get this straight. You think church was always in existence? Nah. People used to walk for miles to listen to somebody, but when they listened to that individual need to know what they was talking about. Because there's always somebody to challenge you. Okay? The word Christ. There were many men called Christ. Many men were called Christ. The anointed one. Let's take a step back. Understand? When you do your research and when you begin to start to understand about the world, you see me wear these garments and you see me wear these symbols is because I now understand who I come from. And I'm happy to be who I am. But I'm not stupid to sit here and just become, let's be pro-black. And pro-black to doing what? To doing what? Everybody look like, let me make an example. Dr. Umar Johnson. I love Dr. Umar Johnson. Oh my God. I love him. Why in the world is it taking him so long to open up a school in Africa? I think he said he wanted to go to Africa and open up a school. Why is people ain't giving him money? By the millions. They don't trust him. He really getting that money from people who's basically going to work. Why pro athletes ain't giving him $500,000? Entertainers ain't giving him $1 million to open up this school in Africa. Now, Oprah Winfrey did that. Oprah Winfrey did it, but she did it she was backed up by whom? You think she did that money by herself? She was backed up by someone or some group. Oprah Winfrey ain't by herself now. Understand about the power, M-O-N-E-Y, money. All these brothers and sisters that sacrifice themselves, who created the WIC program and the Black Panthers movement. They was tired of it was going through, hold on. The anti-beating, anti-death, anti-children not being fed, anti-probation, anti-jail, anti-dealing with black people being used in society at the time. It was the Wild, Wild West. Let me tell you something. A lot of white folks are suffering too. Y'all people don't understand this shit. You only know because you only know what they was doing to us, but white folks was doing it to each other too. You know how many white folks was on the soup line? See, black folks wasn't really on that soup line back in the 1940s. There was a soup line, but there was no jobs. So they had to go to the soup line. A lot of people lost their money through the stock market. They wound up killing themselves. You know the white folks who jumped out the window, slashed their throats, slashed their wrists? Huh? They put all their money in the stock and somehow the stock crashed. The stock crashed and all these people lost their money. Pay attention. It ain't what you think it is. This is evidence to show you how things have changed. But they're trying to resurface a lot of the brutality. That's why the Black Panthers surfaced up. That's why you got a lot of the black communities, because we want our own community back. You know what I'm saying? Because we had our own communities. We had our own barbershops, our own doctors, our own dentists, our own bus routes. We had all this out. It wasn't just Oklahoma Tulsa. It wasn't even about just that. There was like, I think, 18 different cities that had the same formula. Because once the slaves was free, guess what? You got free slaves walking around here in America that was skilled. And all you got to do is begin to form the group of people, put it in motion, and then you can start building your own community. And it was 18 cities that had their own pure black-owned companies, banks, airplanes, all that stuff, cars. These stuff was going on. But what they started to doing? Wiping them out. Because white folks got jealous. Now, you can't say all white folks because you wasn't there. I wasn't there. These are white folks who was poor white folks who ain't had nothing. It wasn't rich white folks going into these neighborhoods killing these people. That was poor white folks who didn't have nothing, so they formed these organizations like the White Knights, Klans, KKK. They formed these organizations to do what? To feel like they have something, they own something. So from that point on, what you think they started doing? They go against black people. And especially when the black folks who had a lot more than they had. White folks in those times, they didn't have skills like that. We had all the skills because we just came from slavery. Our descendant came from slavery, so our descendant have all the skills. So it was easy to form and be these communities. It was easy. Once you got people to believe in what you believe in, and then everybody started putting these skills together, and they became and started plotting all these different things that build and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And they started living their lives. Now, if you live right next door to a poor white community, guess what? Sooner or later, something's going to happen. You understand? Open up your eyes. And I make these videos about y'all not putting in that work, man. Y'all talking. You got to transcend. I'm showing you this because it's real, man. You got to transcend. This is evidence. I own my own company, man. You got to transcend. This was when the time Beepers was out. So just figure how many years was that ago. You know what I'm saying? I was also working for a black... I forgot to tell you that. Don Martin, black-owned company. I forgot to tell you that. Black-owned company. Don Martin Internationals. Okay? Don Martin Internationals. It was a black-owned company. But it was a spin-off from Windsor Textile, which was 2 Englishmen, and Don Martin is from the islands. Okay, I'm from the islands. So we spinned off. He wound up getting his own company, own fabric company. Okay? You ain't gonna tell me nothing. And I showed you the picture. Hold on. This is Don Martin. This white guy works for him. I wish Don Martin would have did an all-black company, but, you know, he knew the guy since the guy was 18 years old. That was a long, long, long time ago. But here's the president of the company. It's not affiliated with nobody. This is Don Martin International. You understand? I work there. You feel me? You understand? My name, Denzel Snotty. I was one of the salesmen. So we had 3 blacks. No, well, we had a Spanish female, 2 blacks, and it was 2 Jewish. 2 Jewish. You know what I mean? When he launched his company. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. This is why I gotta tell you, do you know what y'all talking about, man? Do y'all know what y'all talking about? Real talk. Y'all talking about putting in work. What fucking work you talking about? Excuse my language, but yo, man. I told you before this, a lot of people that put in work don't have to say nothing. I just wanted to do that today. I wanted to break that cycle. I wanted to break that thinking. You know what I mean? It takes money to launch a lot of this stuff here. It really does. You know what I'm saying? You sacrifice your money, you sacrifice your power, you sacrifice these things. Black Panthers, understand and learn from them. Learn from them. And make sure the recycles don't repeat itself. If you truly love your black people, you truly love you know what you believe in, you will always represent through your symbols, through the jewelry you wear, through your necklace. You would always represent. You see me got my baseball caps, I got my hoodies. You will always represent. Huh? Niggas. You would always represent. You would just do that. No, let's stop fronting. Let's stop playing games. You will always represent. And that's real talk. Learn from the Black Panthers. You talking about pro-black? You're not prepared for that. Because this world is about money. Either you in it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? But represent yourself accordingly, humbly, loving, respectfully. And if other frequencies that can hear you and listen to you, and they want to, collaborate with you, then do so. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra. I hope you learned something. Peace.